So here is a third passage based on biology and talks about human brain, and my. I love it. I actually find it a little weird to read passages that talk about human psychology, human brain in the exam, because you're reading there and you know what's happening. Your brain is reading a passage which is about itself, and that somehow freaks me, but that's okay. In the exam, that's all right. Brain looking into itself. So this basically is a passage that introduces us to different kinds of cells in the brains, and then by early 2000 we'd find more than 60 types, and people wondered how many more types are there. Then Dr. Lane and his colleagues tried to map by inspecting how brain cells activated different genes. So they found 16,000 genes are active in the brain. Then there are newly identified cells in cerebral cortex. But then we know that a lot of brain's diversity lies outside the cerebral cortex. So there are many other cell types outside. Some of them neurons, but then there is other half which is even more mysterious. And then the next paragraph talks about some of those other sites. Thereafter, comparison of humans with chimpanzees. Then that gets almost 3 odd paragraphs, and then in fact even the fourth one, number of genes that make human distinct, are involved in building the connections. And the last paragraph has a cautionary note where he says that hey, we cannot really study it in isolation, we must look at it as a whole self-regulating system if we ever want to understand it. So here is your question. All of the following statements, if false, could be seen as supporting the argument in the passages except. So is it the false and except cancel each other out, so we are looking for something that supports. So A, most cell types is almost right, because according to the paragraph all the cell types are similar. This says most, so let's keep it in running. It is going to be a partial truth, what I'd call a subaltern. Okay, B, some genes found in the brain cells of humans are not found in chimpanzees. Yes, there are these some genes that makes human distinct, the ones that are involved in building up the synapses. So considering that there are some genes that are distinct, yes, not all the genes are identical. So this is true. If this is true, this is going to support that particular assertion. Let's see. How about option C? Synapses are neurons that help connect with other neurons. Is that what synapses do? Synapses, according to the passage, are junctions that are involved in building the connections between neurons. They don't connect. Junctions. So this is also like there is slight distortion, just like A, C also has this slight distortion. D, a vast number of the cell types uncovered by Dr. Lane lie in the cerebral cortex. No, much of the brain's diversity lies outside the cerebral cortex. So vast number of the cell types uncovered in that project lie in the deeper regions in the brain, not cerebral cortex. So this is definitely false. Let's rule out. So A and C have slight distortions. D is outright false. B is completely true. So therefore our answer for question number 9 should be option B. Let's have a look at question number 10. According to the passage, which of the following functions did Dr. Lane and his colleagues not accomplish? This is something that they did accomplish. Finding the similarities between humans. Yes, there are 4 paragraphs devoted to that. So they did that. Finding out how the brain works. No, the last paragraph says that if we want to understand that, we need to look at it as a self-regulating system. We cannot look at individual parts. So that makes it suspect that they have figured it out. After all, they are talking about if you want to understand how it works, that's the way forward. It means that it hasn't already been understood. Listing the different, I definitely did that. So I think this one is easy. The answer for question number 10th should be option C. And here is 11th. According to the passage, the difference in human brains with those found in chimpanzees and gorillas is, there are these genes that help in building synapses. Those are the ones that talk about those distinct genes leading to some unique synapses, that's the difference, and that idea is captured in option D, right? Different response to stimuli, not mentioned. This exists in both. Chimpanzees do not have astrocytes, cannot be determined. In fact, all the cells are identical, so this is also not a point of difference. So A, B and C can be eliminated. And for 11th, we should choose D as our answer. And here comes question number 12. All of the following statements cannot be inferred from the passage except, so which can be inferred? Let's see. Listing brain cells will not necessarily result in knowing how the brain functions. True on the basis of the last paragraph. The human or primate brain is not capable of functioning automatically. False. Last paragraph says that we need to look at it as a self-regulating system. Self-regulating systems do function automatically. C. Cells close to the surface area of the cortex are more difficult to identify and study. No, the ones which are deep, closer to the stem are the mysterious ones. Therefore, this is false. Genes are responsible for activating brain cells. False. Brain cells activate genes. Second paragraph. It's not the other way around. So, A is the only one which is true. Therefore, our answer to question number 12 should be option A, and that takes care of our passage number 3.